There was a sudden flash. The entire floor had caught fire. We started hearing people screaming. It was absolute chaos. Everybody was tripping over each other. I could see like sheets of skin hanging off of my arms. I was so sure that I was never going to be found. The next thing I knew, I was intubated and fully bundled up. There's no window in the ICU and you're surrounded by so many machines. You're alone in the dark room, helpless and immobile. I fully believed that I was in a spaceship at some point. My chance of survival is about 20%. Will I recover? Will I be able to return to my regular function? I guess I never had any doubt. Maybe I was just very optimistic, and call it a over-optimism, if you will. Yeah. So this is Florence. She was my occupational therapist and still is my occupational therapist.
Occupational therapists, we really want to focus on the function and returning back to independence. The hard work is all at the front part. That front part spans years.
I had to relearn a lot of the very basic things. So holding a cup of water, brushing your teeth. It feels as though your hands are not really listening to what you want it to do. Sometimes you can feel like you're not really getting better day by day. It doesn't matter how hard I work during this physio session, it just goes back to the way it was the next day. But one day you'll realize as you look back that, oh, I've actually made so much progress.
Now I feel embarrassed, but I can feel a testament to all the training I got from the therapists. Peel and unpeelable.
Dressing changes is probably one of the most painful parts of the recovery journey. It almost feels as though your new skin is being peeled off. That can be quite traumatic. And then once the wounds are healed, that's when you start fashioning like pressure garments. By applying pressure on the scars, it actually helps to limit the proliferation and the growth of the scars as well.
Pressure garments are customized to each patient. Patients would have to actually wear it day and night.
I had a bit of a love-hate relationship with my pressure garments. You imagine wearing like a full body worth of Spanx out.
So in Megan's case, she came back with really torn and tattered pressure garment gloves. But that made me really happy because that was a testament to how she's using her hands much more regularly. And I think that was because you went to play guitar or something like that and badminton.
I just like to keep my therapists on their toes, give them new challenges, new holes to fix in my pressure garment. So after a while, it almost feels like a second skin, and weaning yourself off the garments is another thing.
We also want our patients to be comfortable in your own skin and not feel the need to cover up.
It's more of like an ongoing process of appreciating your burn scars because they are the reason that you are alive today, finding the strength and the courage to move forward.
I don't know why you didn't do this earlier, but who are you and what are you doing now?
Okay, I'm Megan. I'm currently a junior doctor and I am also a burn survivor. A burn survivor of currently 10 years. Yeah. Anything related to burns, the restoration of form and function is something that I would be quite keen to pursue as a profession. Yeah.
How do you two know each other?
She was my nurse. She treated me and then I also worked with her before I was aged.
10 years already. Yeah.
10 years?
Oh my
Can you
God.
imagine? This was my room, by the way.
This
17.
is your room.
Yeah, this was my room. 17. I was like right here where the nurses' counter is. So I can always see the nurses like doing their things. And I always go and disturb them. The team that was taking care of me, be it doctors, nurses, therapists, they are some of the most genuine, the most compassionate, most hardworking people that I've ever met. And till this day, they continue to inspire me and teach me about what kind of a doctor I want to be. Every time I reached a milestone, they were even more excited than I was. And being able to experience the kind of bond and relationship like the patient can have with the rest of the medical team. It was at that point I kind of decided, okay, I want to pursue medicine, have this kind of relationship with my patients one day and be able to help in this way.
When you meet other patients, what would you tell them?
To be very proud of themselves for making it this far. Take each day as it comes. Don't try to look too far forward because it makes things very intimidating. And then one day you realize as you look back, how far you've come.